So, let's talk, all right? I felt like I should do a little channeling. This morning I pulled some cards before my shamanic journey, okay? And I started off with the card here of fear. And I have to be honest, like when I watched, I really didn't get a chance to watch much, but I watched a little bit of some of the messages from Russell's yellow seeded something or other, and I'm like, I'm out of the loop. I don't know what the hell the yellow seed is. Okay, I don't. I'm going to have to do some research. However, I will tell you that when I look at this card, what really shows up to me is like this fear of success. Okay, and if you can see here, okay, there's like these two beings, okay, and there's a little bit of separation here. Like they're close, but there's separation. Okay, but look at this. Like, look at all the stars. Yellow is happiness. Yellow is the sun, right? Like, why the fear of success? Like, why the fear of coming together? And fear ran through my shamanic session this morning. And so I want to read here from the book. Okay, this is from the Universal Love Oracle deck. Fear is preventing you from living and experiencing your true potential. Perhaps you've tried to suppress your fear, but this has simply locked it inside to cast an invisible shadow over your life. A little bit of fear can be good for us, but when our fears blow out of proportion, become irrational, and start to control our lives, it's time to face and heal them. Rather than suppressing your fears, let them surface. Draw them out and address them one at a time. This really came up a lot in the reading I just did for Sagittarius that will come out tomorrow. Okay, so if you have Sagittarius in your chart, you may want to take a look at that. Okay, but acknowledge, love, and attend to them. Observe and talk to them. Embrace them. With practice and patience, each fear will dissolve and transform to light. The healing power of love can then fill your heart, mind, and thoughts. You shall come to remember that you are always safe, for you are an eternal child of the universe, an immortal soul of love. Very beautiful, right? And I think that is so important, all right, because I've been having these journeys of past lives, okay? And what was really interesting is there was a past life, the one right before this one, all right? And in this past life, the thing that was really, really interesting to me, I really went from the same past life to like, oh, I didn't take care of things, so I came right back to take care of things, to get my shit straight. And I feel like it's really important for us to know that we've got to address these things, right? We've got to, there is a soul purpose that we have. And if you don't go through that soul purpose, if you don't work through those energies, right, it just comes up again and again and again. And so no matter how hard you try, you're not going to get to where you want to be unless you do what you have to do, right? Unless you address what you have to address. And you can't address it by looking at things through somebody else's lens. Okay, and that goes for like looking at things specifically through my lens, right? I may be giving you hints. I may be giving you ideas, right? But you have to learn to really go in and do the journey yourself. Okay, I know that that's complex, right? That's hard, right? We've got to do that work ourselves. But that's kind of why I do the sacred space circles that I do, is because, yeah, we have to figure this out for ourselves. It's really hard. It's really hard to do that work, to see things. And in fact, part of what I saw today, it was very interesting, Kay, because the reason I left my past life was fear. Okay, it was fear. I was alone. And I wasn't really alone, but I felt alone, like the absentee parent that I had in my past life. And the divine love, okay, that I had with this person who went off to war. And it was a cycle that we had had before of this person going off to war, all right? And whether it was by my own hand or not, what I saw this morning was that more or less I kind of walked out in front of a bus. And I feel like it was just because I was drugged up to the max at that point in my past life. And when I walked in front of this bus, like I could feel like it just, that was it, wiped out. And then I was in this new life. And then I was having to go through it again. And what's interesting is, so with this divine partner, okay, I actually had a dream about this person like a year and a half ago, where I saw this person taken to another person in the hospital, and it was like an older spirit was kind of facilitating. And it actually, I had thought maybe it was a relative or something, but this morning I realized it wasn't. Like, this person was taken to themselves. They were taken to see themselves and to get the message. And the message was that there was nothing you could do differently. That life was meant to play out for that person the way that it was meant to play out. But you need to see what the end was here so that you can understand for this next life. And the end of that life was this person had damage, okay, to their throat chakra, this choking that was happening. And I'm like, oh, I get it now, because this is somebody in my life who chokes when they're going to say what they want to say, and then they don't say it, right? And then I take on the energy of, oh, abandonment, being left alone, right? And so I think it's important that we realize, like, where are we repeating cycles that have been life over life over life over life? So then I pulled from the shamanic cards, okay? We're all connected. Okay, we are all of the stars. We're all connected. And I love that it is sea creatures with the full moon in Aquarius. Okay, and look at all the stars. And I love the idea that we're going to have a second full moon in Aquarius so that we can work through this, right? And there's little bubbles, right, of intuitive knowledge coming forth, and it's about immersing ourselves in these emotions and these wishes and this community as they come up to us, okay, as things come forward for you, that you really immerse yourself, okay, that you really take the time to do that, because I feel like we're getting so much from those divine partnerships. Because what also came up was the South, and it's the abundance. Okay, on the other side of the full moon, right, there is this feeling of, all right, we've got the spirals of the feminine, okay, the solidness of the divine masculine. Okay, so you have a divine masculine inside of you, your person has a divine masculine inside of them, and the divine feminine is going off into the emotions, okay, to deal with this very sacred geometry. And it is about clearing out this concepts of prosperity and abundance and materialism and what we truly think all of that means about our own happiness, right? And the rigidity of our divine masculine parts, okay? Now, the divine feminine, right? The divine masculine is doing the work. We saw that in today's tarot short, right? The divine masculine is doing their work. Okay, the divine feminine may not be seeing it, but they are doing their equal share of the work. All right? But guess what? The divine feminine is in fear. They keep looking back at the past. Okay, they keep looking back at the past. The unknown divine feminine, and this is for whether you are masculine or feminine, this is the feminine part within you, okay? Oh, look at that. Do I have stuff? Yes, I'm always spilling on myself. It's okay. The unknown is your friend. Lean in to embrace what's next, okay? That's about getting over what? The fear of success. Okay, lean into what's coming. All right, because this full moon is bringing in, right, the circles, the cycles, the spirals. There's a lot coming in with that. And so the divine feminine, you are about to walk into this really unknown energy, unknown territory, for all of the collective of divine feminine, okay? There is this great unknown energy within the spirals. And this is the divine feminine part of both partners, okay? This is not just for women and for men, or just for men. This is like ourselves, right? Because what we're doing, the challenge here, within all of this fear, okay, we are becoming one with the sun. We are learning to be a part of that light, right? Out of the darkness into the light. So let's get some messages here, okay? Spirit, what do you want the divine masculine, okay, on this tough road, this rigidity within us? What do you want us to know, okay? I'm trying to think of what I want to say to you. Okay, there is the division, there is the separation. There is this, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. Okay? There's the materialism. I can't give up on my responsibilities right now. Okay, there's that fear of release, that fear of letting go of what we think is a foundation. Okay, what we think we are anchored into. Why? It's coming back to that fear. Okay, I'm afraid to take the next step right now. There's so much fear of success that we are bound up into. Okay? So how do we work through that rigid fear? Okay? How do we work through that? Number one, it's not easy to get into your emotions. Okay? It's not easy to work through all of that. And we get bored with it. We really do. Okay? We get bored with it. It's not fun, it's not playful, it is not the idea of like what you think of when you think of joy in the sun and the beach and playing, right? Like, that's the hard work. And we get bored with it, okay? And so we leave the fire, 7 of Wands. We leave the fire, we leave the past. We often just clearance it out, right? How many times are you just closing things out before they're actually closed? How many times are you like, cutting up you burned all the old wands. You're going to make new wands, right? That comes down to that boredom. Like, I don't want to do this work. Something new. Something new. New love. Something new. Okay? New job. Something new. New car. Something new. New kind of food. Something new. Okay? Now, the balance is to take the time to grow something, okay, and go all in. It's not an easy process. There's slow times, and ego can get in there and be really a pain in the ass, okay, and some people, okay, are going to be put off by that, Queen of Swords. And they're going to think that they are of a higher level. And they're going to move away from you. But, right, bottom of the deck here. Okay, this is all divine masculine type energy. This is how the Emperor is born. Okay, this is how the Emperor is born. So, what about the divine feminine? Okay, walking into this fear, walking into this emotion, and this is within both of us, right? Again, walking into this unknown. What's the message here? Okay. If the divine feminine within you is walking away from the past or from a person in the past, part of it is just that they just want you to be happy. Okay? They just want you to be happy. You are special even though I told you otherwise. This could be within yourself, right? Like, I'm letting the masculine just be within yourself because you just want the masculine to be happy, right? That strong part of yourself. You may have said, oh, you're bad, you're awful, right? You're not pretty enough. You're not handsome enough, right? You cry too much. You're too sensitive. You are special, even though there's parts of yourself that have told you otherwise. Okay, they want one more. I just got caught up in the moment. Okay? Whatever has been creating the separation and the fear within you comes back to a moment. And that could be the past life. That could be something from, your past. All right? So what does the divine feminine within the situation or within you, what do you need to know? Okay. Here comes the energy. Big energy too. Okay, about this movement forward into the unknown. Because she's afraid. Okay, messenger of water. You're not going alone. You feel like you're going alone. Sometimes the kelp feels like something that's trying to grab you and drag you down and hurt you. But this is about a new energy within you emotionally, okay? And you're not going it alone. You've got spirit right there with you, okay? And all of the spirit totems, okay? This is the ending of an old cycle. All right. This is counsel of all beings, right? You can take the journey, right? You can do the journey at any time. You are never alone. Spirit is always with you. At any time, you can turn on a shamanic drumming for 10 minutes on YouTube, listen to it, ask your spirit totem what the message is. Anytime you can do that. Okay? What else does the Divine Feminine need to know here? Okay? 6 of Fire. All right? The success comes from loving both sides of yourself. Okay, as you're going through this transformation, the success comes from letting the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine just come into being together. Okay, that's very, very important. I feel like that's a huge fear for the Divine Feminine. Okay, let's pull one more, they say. There it is. I love that. Again, okay, this is a pilgrimage. This is a brand new start. All right, you're at the beginning. And you're going towards a path that was always laid out for you. It's the pilgrimage, right? It's where you were always meant to be. It's really quite beautiful. Okay. What's the pilgrimage taking Divine Feminine's energy to? The Emperor, right? We just saw the Emperor. And what I love here is that the Emperor doesn't realize it, but they are blindly going on this shamanic journey as well. And I love, because my one deck, they're showing me, okay, it's this deck. Okay, because see, we just saw the Divine Masculine, right? Working with the water. But what I love about this is that, let me show you what else they're showing me here. It'll probably be on the very top too, which will be pretty funny. I would laugh if it was. But it's coming, 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 coming. Eventually, we're getting close to the top. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, they're showing me. All right. There's the Queen of Cups. Okay. Following the journey home. All right. Like the salmon. There's the Divine Masculine. Okay. 9 of Cups. Also following this journey home. You're both coming home. Okay, it doesn't feel that way necessarily. And there's a little bit of gloom. Okay. There's a little bit of work that has to go into this. But the Emperor, look at that, the Emperor. The Emperor, okay. There are messages coming, Emperor. But you have to do the shamanic journey. You have to do the journeying. You have to listen to the shamanic drumming and get those messages, right? To know what's coming emotionally through all of this. Okay? Yeah. Okay. The clarity will happen on the other side of this. As soon as there is this transformation, and I'm seeing the tinge of blue on these butterflies. Okay, this is the divine partnership. Okay, the blue butterfly. The transformation is bringing deep clarity, okay, within this connection, within yourself, within the partnership. Look, okay, there's the sun. right? Where is the divine feminine going? One with the sun, learning to be the light. Okay, healing inner childhood wounds. There's some very important messages here. All right. Yeah. Okay. Do not envy this journey of the feminine, even within yourself. Okay, like, oh, why is the feminine getting all of the knowledge, right? Because again, the masculine is also getting all of the knowledge, right? Shedding their skin. And this is even within yourself, the divine feminine and the masculine. See the flowers, right? This is balanced energy, okay? Ego tells us that we are not in alignment. Ego tells us that only one side has the message. That's all ego, okay? That's not truth. That's not light. All right? And so sometimes the divine feminine is a bit of a beast, okay? And they will cut out their own heart by cutting you out before you can cut them out. But divine masculine, keep going. Keep digging into your emotions. Keep moving yourself forward. Eventually the snow will thaw. Okay, eventually the snow will thaw. So, let's get a couple more messages here for both of the feminine and the masculine sides. Okay, how do you move forward? What do you need to know? Wizard of Awareness, okay? There's going to be some rest that needs to happen, but also I feel like this is Spirit saying you can't rest on your laurels. Okay, you can't just sit back and spend too much time resting and expect the universe to do all the magic for you. The universe is quite frankly tired, all right, and is like, listen, it's time for feminine and masculine to do a little bit of work, okay? Let's see what's here. And of course, okay, angel number 44 and strength. Again, know that the strength comes. I love Spirit's messages, you guys. All right, so beautiful. Right, at the beginning I told you, right, feminine is about to go through this dark journey and they're scared, right? They're really looking back because they're going into this big unknown, right? But on the other side, when they come out, they find the sun. Okay, what's beautiful about that is that we have also here with the divine masculine, the message for the divine masculine. Okay, where did it go? It's hiding. Did I put it away? I don't think I put it away, did I? I don't think I did. Nope, it's down here. It's hiding. There it is. Is that divine masculine for balance, right? Start growing something, okay, while you're balancing yourself. Guess what else? Feminine in all of this is also growing something. Okay, and they're bringing it through their journey as well. And look, it's coming out of the green crystal, okay, the healing heart energy, which is really beautiful for that angel number 44, for that sacred togetherness. All right, and again, right now, you're waiting for the completion, like you're waiting for this to thaw. You're waiting for these emotions, right? You can see there's light, there's fire within that dragon's lair, okay? And this is 19, okay? This is about the thaw will happen. The sun will shine, the thaw will happen, Okay, it will be a completion of cycle, which is very, very beautiful. Okay, but there's the work, the storm field. The work is already in progress. Okay, you've got to walk the path. Hold on to this sacred connection that you have with this person. Okay, do you see the yin and the yang symbol there? No matter what happens, the feminine is following ever so patiently the message, okay, the connection, the symbols that have been left by the divine masculine. Okay, they are following this. They are on the path. Don't feel like they're not. Don't feel like you are alone. Okay? So, Spirit, any final messages? Spirit says, make what matters matter. Okay? And I love that, because what they're showing me is they're showing me pieces of matter. Like, make it so that it's modular, so that it's movable, so that it's something that you can, okay, transform, manipulate, okay, sacredly move through the greatest obstacles. All right, and they're showing me again the card of the healing, okay, where the feminine and the masculine are in that sacred space together. Okay, there is healing that's taking place. The masculine is being reborn. The feminine is coming through that green energy, that green healing crystal. Okay. They say patience. Okay, have patience. It is a virtue. Follow the talisman. Follow the water. Follow the emotions. The talisman is full of emotions. Okay, the talisman is full of emotions, right? Is it on the bottom? Oh, it's on the bottom of the deck. There it is. Okay, that's emotion. Okay, the talisman is full of emotion. So make sure that you don't forget that. They're saying tempest. Okay. There is a reason why you may feel like there is an underlying, right, rivalry, temptation. It's coming up to be cleared out, because in truth there is none. There is no rivalry here. There is no competition here. There is only sacred balance. They say love honors all and life honors all. As long as you follow love in this life, you are honoring your path. So it's important that you know, as long as you are following love in this life, you are honoring your path. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Okay? They say the measure of a man, and this is the divine masculine within either of you. The measure of a man is made up by the way the power is used. Okay? When you are using your power in a protective energy, not a punishing energy. Okay, that's very, very important. They say hell hath no fury, okay, like the Divine Mother. And so Divine Mother will always step up when there is the adverse push of punishment as opposed to the push of protection. Okay, and Mama Bear is not in it for the cuddles. Mama Bear gonna rip you up, okay? So they're like, you don't want Mama Bear, you want the Empress. You don't want Mama Bear, okay? They say there will be travel, okay? For some of you, this means traveling the emotional distance, but there may be distance between the two of you. There may be travel that's going to be required for this sort of a union. And they're saying, take the road slowly. For someone, this may be, don't get a speeding ticket, okay, but take the road slowly, because there's a lot of work that's being done. Accept the contributions on your path, because there are going to be contributions on your path as long as you are following, all right, and honoring your path and following that symbolism. They're saying trade, it's funny, trade the day, okay? And so what they're showing me that this means is that somewhere along your path here, after hearing this message, there's going to be a day where instead of doing for you, you're going to be required to do for another. And they're saying, it's okay, trade that day, okay? Do the work for this other person, this other being, this other spirit, because it's really something that's necessary, and that you were meant to be there at that moment to help someone else. Trade the day. Don't be greedy about time, about the timeline. Trade the day and allow yourself to immerse yourself in the giving to someone else, and know that it's a contribution. That's part of the contribution on your path, is that trading of the day. They say you're going to see a lot of 9s, okay, because you're getting very close to the completion. And that also means that you're going to have a lot of work. So just honor it. Okay, that's all we can do, is honor it, because the other side of this is beautiful and love and that feeling of completion and, all right, that coming together. All right, it's a very sacred energy. So honor this. All right. So I hope that this helped you guys, and I hope you've had a beautiful week. I've been enjoying the week with family. I just felt really called. I'm not doing the sacred space until next Friday. I was going to do it today, but Spirit's like, nope, let's wait until next Friday. Next Friday, I will do the sacred space. I'll make sure and make a post in the community section so that you can find the information if you want to join the sacred space, where we'll do some shamanic journeying together and do some of that beautiful work. But I felt like Spirit was like, you really need to, let people know that there is a lot of fear, but that fear comes from within, that fear of success. But it's because you're so dang close to where you're supposed to be. All right, right at that point, it's so close, like you can taste it. All right, so love you guys. Have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you next time. All right, bye.